Hello everybody, this is Germ. This is a Battlefield Conquest game, but that is of course not the point of the video. This is another college pro tips video. Now, right about now, it is right about the end of your semesters for most of you, I would imagine. If you aren't done with your exams, you're going to be done with your exams within the next week and a half, and you're going to be heading home for Christmas or heading somewhere for your holiday break. So, with the end of the semester, besides all the laughing and crying and hugging all your new friends and promising each other you'll write and you'll see each other in 3 weeks and hoping that the girlfriend you finally made 3 weeks ago still likes you when you get back to campus, you may or may not have the wonderful pleasure of dorm inspection if you live on campus. Wow, that tank was just carrying that tree, and now it's falling through the bridge. Good times. So you may have the pleasure of a dorm inspection, where your RAs or whoever is in charge of your dorm comes through and makes sure that you have not left it looking like a circus that was run through by a bunch of rabid elephants tripping on ecstasy. They want it to look like actual people lived there, and you're not actual people, you're college students, and your biggest talents are destroying things. So they're going to want you to fix that before you go home so it does not look like they need to burn the building down. And when you have to do your room inspection, there's a couple things I think you really need to keep in mind. Most important thing, that's why I'm saying it first, do not be the last man out or last woman out. But I'm going to guess if you're listening to it, you're probably a man. Do not be the last man out. Do not go down with the ship. Don't be the last one to turn the lights out on your way out the door. Why is this? Because the last one to check out of the room will have to be spotless when they leave. If you're like the first person to check out, or if you're the 3 people in a room, if you're like the first or second guy to check out, you're gonna have a much easier time, because as long as you get your area clean and everything like that, it's not going to be nearly as bad as the last guy, because when he leaves, the room has to be spotless. When you leave, it has to look like you cleaned up 1/3 of the mess and left. And while that may not sound fair, I'm just telling you how to get ahead. I'm not suggesting one way or the other. If you and your roommates want to stay behind and clean everything together, great. Me and my roommate always did that. We left about the same time, and we always cleaned the room together. We got it spotless. So if you want to do that, I highly recommend it, but don't be the last guy out no matter what it takes. Sign up for your inspection as soon as possible. Don't delay on this. You want to get a good slot. Get one kind of in the evening, later at night, when your RA is more likely to be tired, or just you don't want to be the very first inspection, but you don't want to be right at the end, and you want to do it around their schedule so you're not inconveniencing them. Basically, you want to be your RA's friend throughout this inspection process. You don't want to make it hard on them because you don't want them to give you a hard time, right? Right. Okay, so we have decided that we're not going to be the last one out. We have signed up for our appointment to have our room looked at, and now we actually have to clean this sucker. Alright, listen very, very carefully. Windex is your best friend, okay? Well, why Windex? Isn't Windex just for Windows? No, Windex is not just for Windows. Windex is actually a great all-purpose cleaner, or, generic glass cleaners. I'm just saying Windex because everyone knows what it is. It'll actually clean a ton of stuff. I've used it to get grease, gum, paint, clean windows, clean mud. It works as kind of a mild, just regular cleaning agent for getting a white baseboard back to looking white again. You would be amazed what you can do with Windex. Now, one thing that Windex does not do that well is it does not get rid of smells that well. It smells like Windex, which is not a bad smell, but if you have really been living it up in your dorm, and by living it up, I mean not picking up any of your trash, washing your clothes, or, pissing in the toilet, then you're going to have a really, really aromatic room. Let's just put it that way. So, how are you going to deal with that? Alright, grab a bowl, get some bleach. You can buy it from Walmart very, very cheaply. Put 1 to 2 capfuls of bleach, or Pine Sol if you happen to have that, into the bowl. Fill it up, maybe 2 quarts of water, and then get yourself a sponge with an abrasive edge on it and go to town. Scrub everything. Bleach, masks, everything. Now be careful putting bleach on like painted walls and stuff. It kind of start stripping the paint off, and then you might have other problems. But I highly recommend bleach if you have some smells you need to take care of. Alternatively, if you don't really need to do a deep cleanse on everything, you just want to leave it smelling better than when you came, just use some Pine Sol. You can use more Pine Sol than bleach when you're mixing it with the water, but you don't need a ton. A little bit of Pine Sol goes a long way. And I'm saying Pine Sol and bleach and Windex. Look, just go to Dollar Tree, get the cheap generic versions of all this stuff. It works basically exactly the same. Also, instead of paper towels, use newspaper. It works just as well. A lot of people do know that trick, but I figured I'd throw it out there in case anyone had never heard of it before. Now, if you happen to be, through great misfortune, one of the last people leaving, then you want to salve the situation as best you can. It sucks. I'm sorry. You're going to probably have to do more cleaning, but you can still pull us out of the fire a little bit. Troll for free stuff. Not so much, on this semester ending. It'll be better in the spring, I promise, when the spring semester's ending and people are leaving for the whole summer and they have to totally move out. For winter break, most people don't have to totally move out of their dorm. They just have to take enough of their stuff home that they can live with it. But if a lot of people are moving out or moving a long way away or anything like that, especially people who are moving out of that dorm into another dorm or off campus for next semester, just kind of hang around, talk to them, chat with them, be their buddy, because they will be getting rid of stuff. Every single semester I checked out, people were getting rid of stuff. My last semester, I came home with 3 extra fry pans, an extra set of silverware, 10 extra drinking glasses, 3 or 4 bowls. And that was just the stuff I felt like carrying. I could have cleaned up with a lot more. And people will be getting rid of all kinds of stuff like this. Not because it's broken or it's junk, just because they can't bring it with them for one way or the other. If they pack their car full, they come to school. Then they get to school, they buy more stuff over the course of the semester, just little by little. Guess what? They don't have room to bring it all home with them. So you need to be their friend. You'll help them load their car. If in return, they will let you have some of their old stuff. So just keep an eye out for things like that. So anyway, guys, that was my tips on getting the most out of your checkout and your dorm inspection, cleaning your dorm, and leaving for winter break. For those of you that are finishing your exams right now, study hard, get off YouTube and go do something productive. You are almost to the end of your semester. Don't screw it up, and I look forward to you guys being home so you have more time to game. I'm excited for you. Most of you probably don't have a whole lot you need to do over your winter break. If you have to work, I'm sorry. I had to do that quite a few years myself, so I understand. But for those of you who are going to spend this entire break maybe playing Battlefield or Skyrim or something like that, congratulations. Enjoy it. Enjoy the fruits of your labors, and have a great holiday break.